I'm David Tuttle. I'm the chairperson of the Peoria-Stark County Emergency Telephone System Board in Peoria, Illinois. I have 40 years of service with the Peoria County 911 system. I started out as a telecommunicator at the city of Peoria, then became supervisor and was director for 26 years. I retired in 2021, but continue to chair the Emergency Telephone System Board. We have two dispatch centers, one in Peoria, one in Bartonville, Illinois, and we're building a new 911 center in Tuttle, Illinois to serve the customers of Stark County. Our population, once we bring on the additional county, will be approaching 200,000 folks. We answer about 110,000 911 calls a year and about 250,000 non-emergency calls. So the 911 center in Peoria and Bartonville, very busy centers. The one in Peoria is answering close to 250 911 calls a day and about 600 non-emergency calls each day. So they're busy centers dispatching police, fire, and emergency medical services. Well, staffing continues to be the #1 issue in the Emergency Communications Center, not only in Peoria, Illinois, but all over the nation, where there's a finite number of telecommunicators that are willing to work shift work, weekends, holidays, and in a typically a stressful environment where you really don't know what the next call for service is going to be. So turnover is controllable and manageable for those folks that have 2 or more years of service. Typically they stay for longer periods of time, but typically we have trouble holding on to folks for the first year or 2 as they adjust to the shift and the days off and that sort of thing. Quality assurance, typically most of our quality assurance is on the emergency medical dispatch side. That's been very valuable, and NICE has been a big part of that, and along with priority dispatch. Priority dispatch reviews about 20 calls per week for the 911 center. They're random calls for emergency medical dispatch. They actually have access to the NICE recorder that we provide them, and they actually critique 20 calls per week for Emergency Communication Center telecommunicators, and then they provide written feedback to the call center administrators, who then provide that feedback to the telecommunicators on how they are compliant or what they need to improve on for an emergency medical dispatch call. The telephone system that we have is Solacom. They're our CPE provider. But we use NICE to kind of pull everything together out of the Solacom system, out of the radio system. So on the telephone side, it pulls not only the caller information and the caller voice and the number and location information, but it also pulls rapid SOS information and texted 911 information, plots that on a map so that we have basically a one-stop shop through the NICE equipment to be able to reconstruct calls and look and see how the dispatcher or how the caller, how that interaction went. In the state of Illinois, freedom of information requests are rampant, and many times, obviously they have value, but many times it's could be somebody that's on a fishing expedition. So those fishing expeditions can create an enormous amount of time for a shift supervisor to try and reconstruct everything that occurred with that particular call for service. So having the NICE platform and all of the data and the dashboard does free up the supervisor the ability to pull everything together and provide that request. So we continue to work with NICE to work through the many different data sets that are coming into the NICE equipment as part of the dashboard and part of the one-stop shop that NICE is able to provide, not only with the audio, but also rapid SOS, text to 911, CAD information, to be able to reconstruct the call. For the future, obviously, still pictures, video, those kinds of things are also going to be incorporated. We're able to accept those now through our 911 system, and eventually we would like to see those recordings also be part of that one-stop shop and the dashboard that NICE provides. We've been a NICE customer, previously Dictaphone, for many, many years. NICE has been a good product. It's been a stellar product. Has a lot of resources and support throughout the world. The support not only in the United States, but also coming from the United Kingdom for issues that maybe the local, the state folks can't necessarily resolve. So the support's been very good. The product is outstanding. It's upgradable. It's maintained well. And we have not only our own local support, but we also have regional support for the product.